I don't know. Because a 4 years, him supposed to last, right now, which is Biden. But this man were in a Uganda. Him a run still for win election and him declare him winnings even though we are told that him lose. Because him have the brethren under lockdown, the brethren and him wife. For those of you who remember, Bobby Wine came here and Rebel Salute. Yeah, he was on Rebel Salute. And we have all a discussion top on the radio. Him come to the studio, RFM, I will talk to him. And now him go back and run the election. Thousands of youth are follow him. Him have whole heap of members in the Senate right now. So him is part of the government. But I guess the ultimate winning is to be the president. And I am told that them cheat him up the election. But then again, the other side I say, no, it's a fierce election. It's so like America. It's the fierce election ever run. Yeah, like nobody said the fierce election ever run. So I don't know. Maybe we need Trump down there. We don't know. For officiate over elections. Donald Trump needs to go get a job to officiate over elections. But the African leaders them see to want to hold on from power, no care how long them there. And if you did 30 years a run the election, a run as president, and you're gone nearly 80, you know, why you want to go back and do all of that again? And a youth there, so now, I don't know what is the scare of the youth. I don't know if it's because the youth is very influenced by Jamaican music, and people in Jamaica who play a great part in a movement as a youth to realize that certain things needed in Africa. It's a terrible situation. Terrible situation. And I don't know what can be done. I hear Bobby Wine say he might go have a peaceful demonstration. I don't know what that means. At least in ball out, they have a peaceful demonstration. Donald Trump never ball out, nothing tell him, man, they must go down there, go fight. Donald Trump said, go down there, go fight. Look at the capital. Well, Bobby Wine say he might go have a peaceful demonstration, but guess what? Them take away all communications through the internet, no communication on the internet. And also, them have him and his wife locked down in his wife. Can't believe that. So we're going to follow that still go on because the election don't know the 35-year-old leader. When I say 35-year-old, I don't mean say him is 35. I mean say him a leader. The West Coast of Africa. Yes, Ivory Coast to be exact. Taking Jaffa Cole, police and thief in the street. You know, say, we're not so. Yes, we're not a serious problem. And we're not talking about the COVID, you know. The COVID is just part of the situation. We are talking about the killing we are going on in Jamaica. Again, it did kind of go down little, but it come up back like, wow. I mean, last week it was unbelievable. And it not stop. And we know so the government they are ball out about state of emergency again. And the state of emergency, it never do nothing. The 800 when we hear the minister, the deputy prime minister talk about, the minister of security, the 800 when say he might work towards, which is really a terrible thing. When a national security man, after the crime is gone over 1,200 and 1,100, him say he might try to get it down to 800. That means if it come down to 800 now, we're supposed to feel good. It's madness, you know. It's a madness them people have, you know. Just like how them talk about the 200 guns a month we are coming at the island. From him say that, you know, me still depend it, you know. Because I find it very, it kind of aggravating. If you know, say a minister of national security, I tell the people them say, according to his intelligence, 200 guns coming at the island every month. You talk about 2,400 guns every year. Yet still, how much of them gun that them find. And I don't know, I don't have nothing to bet him, but I bet you since him said that till now, them don't find 200 gun. Them find 20 the other day upon the wharf. And now them realize you have people on the wharf who are help the situation. I don't know why them don't make the people them clear the gun and drive, go follow them. I don't know. That's my thing. I don't know if because I'm innocent, but if me say I set a gun down a wharf, you know, and me and the police people, them, you know, me nah confiscate it, you know. Me I make somebody pack it up, put it in a them van, and me just trail the van and carry, let me see which part it a go. But no, them hold it downside and take it out and I show everybody, oh, we catch 20 gun, and we get this and that gun and how much bullet and all them something. It's mad, them mad. Them do have no solution to nothing. Because guess what? Them have them friend in league with the gun runnings. Them have them friend in leagues with the gun runnings. That is not a joke business. So we have the situation now where I just killing. The youth them kind of look, them not care. Because if you have a problem with a man like 10 years ago, you know, you never have a gun 10 years ago, now you have gun, you know, you remember say, hey, remember that boy there, you know. That boy, they did do me a thing 10 years ago, you know, watch me on him. And you just go help yourself to him. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing we find ourselves in now. And we ask the government of Jamaica, again, what is on the plan for the murder rate we are going in Jamaica right now? It not look good. Because we have the COVID depot away, and now we have the gunman depot away. No, sir. How much of it we can take? How much of this thing we can take? How much of it we can take? We really have to try to figure it out. And we can help them. More than me, I say, I try to motivate them in a very aggressive way. I try to motivate them in a very aggressive way. If you say, watch out. We don't need to do something about it. We don't really need to do something about this murder rate. We want all and pull up a tune because it's not every day you hear a data come so hard for a rhythm. You know, see it, and it's a long time we don't hear from Tanya Stephen. So, I tell whosoever listen to tell them politicians say that tune you don't need to listen to it, you know, because the data talk about exactly what she think happen and what could have happened. Because on neglect on a responsibility as politicians in Jamaica. Yeah. Why would make a lady sing a song like that? That is the problem. Don't criticize the song and the lady, you know. Criticize what she's talking about and what is not being done towards what she's talking about. Because what she's talking about, and this is what is really going on, and this is what she's talking about that everyone know and talk about. And I like how she's very poetic.
Good afternoon. I am Patrice Walters with the local and international headlines. 31-year-old police constable Junior Hales has been freed of charges of attempting to pervert the course of justice. He was freed yesterday after defense lawyers argued that the prosecution had failed to prove the case against Constable Hales. Reports are that in June 2017, there was an alleged shootout between gunmen and police. Further reports are that following the shootout, Constable Hales allegedly approached other officers and tried to persuade them to pick up the spent shells and to to not report the incident. The Crown further alleged that the firearm used by the gunman allegedly belonged to Constable Hales. In making their submissions, the defense lawyers argued that the identification evidence was weak because the Crown could not prove that it was Constable Hales who made the comments about the spent shells or the incident report. They also argued that Constable Hales had reported that he was robbed of his firearm on the same night of the incident and that it was after the robbery that the firearm was reportedly used in the alleged shootout. A 31-year-old Manchester man has been charged with shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition following an incident in Buckup District in Parish last Monday. He is Trevian Smith, otherwise called Zungu, of Plowden District. Reports from the Christiana Police are that about 7:40 a.m., the complainant and Smith got into an argument during which the accused allegedly pointed a firearm at the complainant and fired shots in his direction. The complainant managed to escape unhurt and reported the incident to the police. Smith was later arrested and charged. In news overseas, 5 people have been killed in a fire at the site of the world's largest vaccine producer in western India. The blaze started at a building which was still under construction at the Serum Institute of India's facilities on Thursday afternoon. Footage showed thick plumes of smoke billowing from a building on the company's site. The company said vaccine production would not be affected by the incident. The cause of the fire has not yet been ascertained. Finally, members of an alleged baby harvesting and child trafficking syndicate have been arrested in Ghana. It follows a sting operation where 2 babies were sold to investigators for about $5,000 US. The 11 suspects include 2 doctors, 4 nurses, 2 social welfare officers, and a traditional birth attendant. They were allegedly operating at health facilities in Ghana. Authorities believe some of the mothers who fell victim may have been told their babies had died after delivery. They say others who were unable to take care of their newborns may have been encouraged to sell them. Those were the local and international headlines. Major news is next at 5:45. From the RFM Newsroom, I'm Patrice Walters.
Good afternoon, I'm Evan Hewitt with RFM Sports on the Ball. The Jamaica Football Federation and the Reggae Boys made the first important move towards reapproachment and a unified, happy and prepared team leading into the World Cup qualifiers this September. More than 20 players met with a committee put together by President Michael Ricketts in a very amicable atmosphere yesterday. The players, including Captain Andre Blake and Damien Lowe, were presented with the current JFF financials and brought up to speed with the immediate to medium-term plans of the Federation. They were allowed as many questions as needed and then presented with documents which they will peruse among themselves for 2 weeks. Another meeting will be scheduled then. The JFF was led by experienced financial guru and head of the JFF Financial Committee, Dennis Chung, ably assisted by former president of the Cricket West Indies, Dave Cameron, JFF vice presidents Raymond Anderson and Peter Reid, as well as technical committee chairman and chartered accountant Rudolph Speed. The players are now out of contract, and both sides are willing to work as hard as possible to arrive at an agreement before the next FIFA window in March. Manchester City striker Sergio Aguero has tested positive for COVID-19. The Argentine, who has only played a total of 141 minutes across 5 appearances this season, was already isolating after coming into contact with a positive case. The 32-year-old tweeted, "I had some symptoms and I'm following doctor's orders for recovery." Aguero missed the past 3 matches as he self-isolated and is now set to be out for a longer spell. This is the latest setback for City's all-time top scorer following knee and hamstring problems earlier in the campaign. Aguero, who has been with the club since 2011, has only figured for 31 minutes since being substituted at half-time in the draw at West Ham on October 24. A superb 127 from debutant Ramanullah Gorbaz helped Afghanistan to a 16-run win over Ireland in the first of 3 one-day internationals in Abu Dhabi. The opener anchored the Afghans' innings before Rashid Khan hit 55 of 30 balls to set Ireland 288 to win. Andy McBurney was a pick of the bowlers with 5 for 29, but only Lorcan Tucker made a big impact with the bat. The wicketkeeper's career best, 83, was not enough for Ireland to trouble Afghanistan's total. The result gives Afghanistan 10 World Cup Super League points with 20 more on offer from the remaining 2 games in the current series. After missing out on the 2019 World Cup following defeat by Afghanistan in a winner-takes-all encounter, Ireland know they cannot afford a serious whitewash should they wish to ensure qualification for the 2023 tournament. A South Korean sports coach has been sentenced to more than 10 years in jail for sexually assaulting an athlete. Former speed skating coach Cho Jae-byum was found guilty of assaulting champion Shim Suk-hee ahead of the 2018 Olympics in the country. The coach only admitted verbal and physical abuse against the athlete. The allegations were first made in the wake of the Me Too movement, when a number of South Korean athletes accused their coaches of abusing them. Olympic short track speed skating gold medalist Shim Suk-hee first accused her former coach in January 2018 when she said he had repeatedly assaulted her since her teenage years. She said he had beaten her since the age of 7 and had even broken her fingers with an ice hockey stick. Other athletes then came forward, and Cho was eventually sentenced to 10 months in jail for assaulting MS Shim and 3 other skaters. But in a fresh complaint filed in December of 2018, 21-year-old MS Shim came out to accuse Cho of sexual assault. She says the sexual assault started in 2014 when she was still a student and continued until shortly before the Pyeongchang Olympic Games. Finally, in sports news, London Marathon organizers are very optimistic a record 50,000 runners will be able to take part in the race when it is held on October 3. The 2020 race involved only elite athletes running a specially designed closed-loop course because of the coronavirus pandemic. Event director Hugh Brasher said he hoped the vaccination program would allow amateur runners to participate. The government is aiming to offer every adult in the UK a vaccine by autumn. Reaching the 50,000 target would involve marathon organizers accommodating a record number of people on the course. A record 42,906 started the 2019 race. Organizers estimate the event also attracts about 750,000 spectators and needs about 6,000 volunteers to help on the day. From the RFM Sports Desk.
I'm going to play the poem. The lady's sister name is Amanda Garman. As a matter of fact, the person who waked me up to this daughter is a sister we know named Dira in Washington, D.C. And I'm very glad that she told me about this daughter. She's a poet laureate in America, very young poet. And she was the one who them asked to read the poem at the inauguration. So later we're going to play the poem, because we think it is a very nice and good poem and a very sentimental and touching poem. You know, in a very weird way, I'm not going to miss Donald Trump. Well, I tell you, in a very weird way, I'm not going to miss Donald Trump in a rasta. With all him narcissism and idiosyncrasies and all these things. No, I tell you, hey, Donald Trump, you know what? Well, hush. Hush. But you have some things to go face, you know, I tell you, as a brethren. You have some serious things to go face, you know. You and your family, you know, and your son. Oh my gosh, man. So we're going to see how that's going to work out with the impeachment and all them something there. Yeah, this is the
while Radio Jamaica, there's only one radio station I listen to.
I return. I and I step through the door of no return. Return. Now, the door of return. Return.
in the time of return.
Return.
I and I step through the door of no return.
Return.
No, door of return.
Return.
Whole heap of knowledge we gain from the things we learn in the era of return.
Return.
From Accra to Cape Coast and Ossiman Flow, the place full of vibes like.
Oh shit.
This one.
I want you to understand we are one.
This one.
We want to tell you that at 3:35 we're going to tackle this rape thing. The rape thing. Yeah, we're going to tackle the rape thing. Yeah, we have a sister who she willing to talk about her experience with some men who she put her trust in her and eventually got raped more than one, more than 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, many times. And right now she's seeking some assistance. So we're going to try to see if we can help her by finding ones who we know into that field that can help her. So we want you to stay tuned. 25 minutes to 4, and we're going to have our talk to her. We want to make you hear the poem that the sister spoke at the inauguration. She's a poet of no mean order, and she was brought to my attention by a friend of mine in Washington, D.C. And him send the poem, come give me. And said, listen to this daughter, yeah. So even though he's not into the American vibes and them something there, but this little daughter, yeah, capture our environment and our experience quite well. Quite well. So here we go.
Mr. President, Dr. Biden, Madam Vice President, Mr. Emhoff, Americans, and the world. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace, and the norms and notions of what just isn't always just is. And yet the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time where a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gaze not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true. That even as we grieved, we grew. That even as we hurt, we hoped. That even as we tired, we tried. That we'll forever be tied together, victorious. Not because we will never again know defeat,
but because we will never again sow division. Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promised glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare it, because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith we trust, for while we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. This is the era of just redemption. We feared it at its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So, while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens, but one thing is certain. If we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright. So let us leave behind a country better than the one we were left. With every breath from my bronze-pounded chest, we will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the west. We will rise from the wind-swept northeast, where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked south. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade of flame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
Radio FM.
Serious story, and it's very depressing because we live in a country where man, if you listen to the music in Jamaica, you realize the man them no really have no respect for women, and come sometimes in the video they become like a woman, they don't have no respect for themselves. But when your problem is not with a dancer and not with you a walk on the road late at night, but people who you trust, it make a whole total difference. Nadine?
Yo, what's up, Muta? Yo,
Yeah.
what's up?
How you do? All right, now, you know, say your story kind of heart-wrenching to me personally. I mean, I'll go to the next one, but when you tell me the story, it's heart-wrenching. Why you tell people them exactly why you want to get this thing off of your chest so much after so long?
First First and foremost, for all the viewers out there, big up to all the Massive and crews and everybody. When I said to your Muta, it's not to go upon nobody's sympathy. It's just an empathy. I want to empathize with me because I'm not here for no sympathy because we become victorious from being a victim of rapes, not rape. Cause my thing started from me at 5. Me get molested by a man where my mother trust in the home, when she gone for the 10 to 6 in the night to work a factory. After that, I don't know if me have a spell or the males attract to me. I don't know about a 10. It was a same situation. A man tell me family say I can't go KFC, never carry me in the yard. And from that, we get raped at 15. And that was one of the most devastating things as me as a woman. I mean, that was when me was taken away, really taken away when a man hold me and doing things and not even know if him things I reach up in my whatever. And I tell him, stop, and him just don't. And after that, I tell him, say, my father commissioner police then, and my father police, and he didn't.
So how old that was? At the same 15?
At 15, it was coming up to what I'm saying.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So, when I get molested, I was scared of males. I can't say man. Those males, they're the whole thing. So, when the man watched me bathing, after he did what he did, that took away me. Because I was scared. I don't want nobody look at me. Nobody no look at me because there's something wrong with me why man are trouble me or males. And then I start having my youth motor. I have my youth at 16, and that's where the biggest problem lies.
So is the rape thing because you have to have the youth?
Eh?
The youth that you have is because of the rape or you just have
no,
the own
I
gentleman?
tell you, say, Buddha, I go back in on myself again. Come here, hide when them things happen. No man or no me get themselves in a trouble. Come I always believe that I was the problem. And me cause it. And me cause them man have to look at me. I mean, look, when I'm looking at the mirror now, them call me this thing I know, precocious puberty. Me start mature early, the breast. And you know what little girls look like, they don't know if they look like. When I'm looking at the mirror, I think about a little girl and I say a big woman and I never want to look in the mirror anymore. That's not who I think about who that in the mirror. So when I start having the girls, I have girls. Girls from Muta 16. I become so scared of my little daughter because I start to think, wagwan, this can happen to my daughter. Nobody enough look for my little girl when she start growing up. And then I start have other girls. And I see males coming around and they want to, yeah. And I start trust the church, Muta.
So hold on. The father of the child, you tell him the story of your 15-year-old ordeal?
To the man?
The father of your child.
No, listen to me. I bicycle ride me one from the father. I wanted to get away from being raped. So he had a bicycle in the neighborhood, and I was a tomboy basically. I wanted to get the bicycle. So, it was an exchange as God beat. I don't even look on the man 2 times. I know say this is it, this is me, this is it. This woman where man seems like the target. Running 2 times and that's how my baby come. I love her, honestly, I do. And that's how it is. And this is how I always try to get away from me and still going with me. So when I start have the daughters and I start going to church, this is where I felt I would get some rescue, telling pastors about this, and I see them take me as a public spectacle in regards to things happening to me. It was not helping.
No, hold on. In the church, them did find out say you was raped?
I try to get across to the churches to help me as a mother. Because I put away being raped then and put up being a mother because now me become man doormat. I wasn't seeing myself as I'm seeing myself now. I was seeing if a man wants a thing and if a survival for me, youth them, they go work, yes, but me I tell you the truth. The ghetto vibes is that if a man wants a thing and you can't run it, you just run it because you want to pick up at school and this and that. So it become a doormat because you want to. Then, I know then when I can't use me, I feel being a woman, man. And I feel it's being a mother and survivor. Like, me have something we can able to do that until I start going to the church. And, you know, you have some woman will come and talk to me, but not for too long. You understand? And then you see them start gossip. Because the last time I have, you know, me get in a church when they say, yeah, me are baptized in a church and behave myself and know who God is. And then when we get pregnant in a church, unmarried, I was called up in front of all the members and told that I was pregnant. Now that liquor, that get wicked again. Me stop trust people again. Me no want you not from nobody. I'm going to go back in a Michelle and I'm going to live my life. I don't care. They told me that my baby I'm pregnant and me tell Pastor, please don't tell nobody yet. Let them see, no, is that I
So wait, hold on there. Oh, the pastor didn't know say you're pregnant.
Me not going to tell him, man. Me not trust him.
Oh, you trust him?
Me trust him and go in them office. When we start you know, start pregnancy again. You understand? And, you know, me talk to him and say, you know, me go wrong and not beg him do. The man come the Sunday when he's supposed to in a church and call on the Holy Spirit in the office.
Which man? The preacher?
The pastor come the Sunday and tell me, say, yo, today I'm going to tell the people that you're pregnant. But me say, Pastor, do me, I beg you, do not tell him, no, please. And he did. He did. And that's where everything went bad again. I stopped trusting anybody again. I stopped. I go back in a Michelle. I just say, yo, no. It's a public spectacle. This is a you never run it, you know. And then I started going to my places I went to entertaining. It wasn't me doing any trouble. I like singing, I love dancing. And that's what I would do. I sing and dance the night and we are 3 o'clock a man. Me make me people them there, my family yard. I mean, I walk the street and I cry.
So we don't ask you left the church after that, after them find out you're pregnant, you left the church.
Oh, so you expect me to do? Tande?
No, me don't know.
I left. I did left. And then I keep on going to like pillar to post churches, searching for this God where them said they there and you know, the greatest thing I know that God lives within what I learned then is that you have to find yourself. So we go in the one of the big church because we go up in their faith there, left outside because of thing and we start talking to them.
Which faith? Tell me. No, you don't call the church name or anything, but which one of the denomination then?
Oh, you love the mix up, so it's the Anglican church. No. All right?
Oh, you start to go to the Anglican church.
Yeah, connected. So what happened?
Okay.
They have big pastors. I will not say that. I was going through counseling with few of them until one day, the one that I was with, in regards to counseling, he left for the States and, you know, I kind of look away and then some event happened that I went to another church, met a bishop this time. And then I was just telling him that I was taking counseling from other pastors.
Yeah.
And he said, come and link him on a particular day when they're having their, what you call it, you know, on Wednesday. Their ceremony on Wednesday. And we go there and, you know, that talk to me and I try to explain to him. But I never know that probably telling him some details would have probably ignite some sexual feeling of his little body. And one day he come out of the church, come right in off his back off his thing and suck up on my lip and feel up me. Yeah, children probably listening. And I said, Father God, it start again. Here come the sex symbol again. Now, what them sip on me when they really want? And what am I saying? Am I saying it in the wrong way? Am I saying being rape seductive that turn on this gentleman? Anyways, I'm going to tell you the truth. I went there again. I mean, I sit down and I don't know. I tell you the truth as a woman. I'm a really woman up and say, probably I kind of like the attention, but I felt dirty. Because the reason why I felt dirty, because this is a man of God. But then again, it start tell me, say, boy, grocery day there, and it is an outreach program, I can get some grocery. I mean, I really work, so grocery I come and I want to sit down and talk and tell him, but I felt dirty. Then one time, I kind of cool down with it, feel dirty, because in stop doing what I do, I'm start talk and a serious note again, and, you know, tracing me a ball and attack. Introduce me to his wife. Because thing, well, left him now, I want to look at me again, them way there. He introduced me to the wife, and met his wife, and she was very nice and casual and everything else. And one time, no, Mr. Boy, I want a phone, and he said, yeah, man, you can't give me a phone. Seriously, I'm telling you the truth. I went, and we talked in the hills, nothing happened. But then now, he said something to me where kind of opened up my eye, because now, you know, say, as a mother, you struggle, and you youth them a grow. You need help. No make no woman tell you, say, you have a bag of pick me and then kind of now the father run. We have just go like we have work. Sometimes we have to work things. But my intention was not, as I sit there, Muta, to go and do nothing with that pastor. I'll tell you the truth. He says his brother have a old house and he has some furniture, and he want me to look. Poor me, silly me. Should I know, because I'm supposed to know, man. But anyway, he would cool off and behave himself and all. And when I went there now, he showed me some things and I like it and all. And he showed me in the bar, in my bedroom, and all of a sudden, I see clothes come off like magician. No, it happened. Father God, I don't know what went wrong, Muta. Because as a man of God. And I felt bad. Something went down and I felt bad that I went to the hierarchy and told me what went down. I know I felt bad. And all you could say is that you're a big woman. You know, I asked him, please give me counsel. Please let me able to confront the man for what I did. Please, just let me confront him. Let me tell him how sorry I am. I don't know. I see them people and put them on pedestal. So I felt bad. So I suffered because nobody get me counsel. I suffered. I started to stress eat, and my kids them were not understanding what was happening to their mother. I was angry. You know, I ended up in the hospital. Till doctor them do whatever they do with me, I mess up my mind and everything because of that. So when I try to say to you, Muta, you see, every time as a mother, as a woman, you hear a child being molested, you hear a child being raped, or a woman. For me, it's deja vu. I don't know when this will ever over. This constant, these things are happening to me. I want it to stop. I behave myself now, you know. I behave myself.
May I ask you something?
Yeah.
You would accept if I get someone who can get you some counseling, not a preacher. Not a preacher. You need some counseling.
Yes, I do, but you want me, Mota.
Wow.
I've been through so many different entities in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And trust me, I'm not calling a name.
Yeah, don't call a name.
They have not helped. You see what? No, in order to get the agreed, I've been to this Dr. Agri Irons. He's the only man right now I would have trust with me and my own life. He's the only man. May I tell you the truth? Because about you what now, in order to talk to them nice social doctor, I look on $10,000.
Hold on. I'm going to try to help you, you know.
Oh, you're going to help me? Okay, I am sorry.
That's why I say, listen to me, I say.
Sorry.
We're going to have a lady, after we don't talk to you, we're going to talk to she, because she is part of Woman Inc. who take up that responsibility for help victims of rape, where she is best able to tell you the next move and to find some form of counselor to deal with you.
Okay,
How you see that?
I don't know, because yeah, it sounds good, Mota, but in all honesty, sometimes it's just a trusting factor. I can't tell
No, but
you
it's a woman, may I send you to you, A reputable woman, listen to me. Listen to what I say, man. Me not going to send you go somewhere where it will happen to you again, Me I send you go someone who the possibility of helping you is 100%. She will help you.
Yeah, okay.
She's a very reputable person who, this is our job, this is our work, to help victims of rape.
Okay, I trust you, Muta, and I take up that offer. Because they want me. At times, this thing will stop.
But you see, now will stop if you not stop.
I'm not doing anything wrong in regards to, being a doormat woman. It's just the memories. It keep on.
Yeah. It depends on your conscience.
Always, especially the last one. Because as I say, this is a man of class, and I expect he should have known better, And this is what they are in the public telling on fornication and
Yeah, only for them do that. All right, you know. This is when me and you talk, me go call you one of the day them, and you go tell me is which person. You understand? Just tell me, between me and you go tell me is which person. You understand? Where you laugh at?
No. It's how you talk. This is not what you say, It's how you say it,
Yeah. Because we have to tell this lady too.
No.
No, not no, we're not talking about no, This lady who's okay.
I mean, I always never want to get anybody in a trouble. It's probably the young.
No, you're not get nobody in a trouble. But watch out. If a predator out there, we have to know it's a predator, We can't shut up out now a man a rape woman and turn up and pulpit and tell people this, tell people that. And it maybe might be to the other women too. See it? So we can't make him, if you, because you out of the picture, him stop. I don't think that because you out of the picture, him stop. Me not go ball out him name for the radio, But we just need to go get him, to advise him.
But we can say something there. You think Sorry, you want to talk to me half here. But before you leave, it's something I want to say. It's not only the person in a class. They have also men. Because I can get an experience of a lawyer from a little. We can get experience of one of the biggest entertainers in Jamaica when I'm small. Because I know I could. But the lawyer who's right now.
So let me ask you a question. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4 times, why you go 5, 6, 7 times?
No, it's not. Listen what I'm saying. It's not having sex with nobody. It's about the molestation. Because I got my mother get myself in trouble. I want a lawyer, and the lawyer thought more or less he wanted to see both of them, me and my sister, and he took me away and was bundling me a lawyer. Yeah, and I entertain her. When me a 14-year-old, when in my 18, he tried to rape me. So me don't know what attract me to man or man attract me to. But I'm saying from that time till now, it is still happening. And these male have to accept that something is wrong with them, and they too need help. They too, come is not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we don't know who we can help them, if we don't know who we can help them,
I'll quietly tell you them.
Yeah, so me I offer you personally, I offer you some help, and then no website to go now.
Oh God, Buta, finally.
Yeah.
Finally. You understand? Because it seems like nobody not understand me. All them can say is that me this and me that. It's when we got university, they tell me that I have post-traumatic stress, too much stress, too much.
Yeah, me understand. But you are talking to me, I know me start get stressed too. I'm going to need a psychiatrist after me don't talk to you.
No, man, it's a will of God, man. They are the God who want me to get better so that I can help other women to learn to identify that we are strong people. And we don't put nobody on pedestal. We are as mighty as who up there, who down there, who are liar, doctor, in and chief. We have the strength as a woman also to be where God wants we to be. And that's what I want, to be strong. I want to educate the younger girls. You see me?
All right. We're going to line up with a person who can put into that direction, yeah?
Yeah, thank you, sir, and I'm honored. And can I do a little big up, please, before I leave?
Big up, yeah.
I would like to big up them two little fine girls. They are the JTV, Shanique and Melinda. I want to big up somebody.
How much you want your children them is? How much you want your children them is?
John Mike's, huh?
How much you want your children them is?
Okay, one is 33. Well, you're supposed to calculate my age right now.
No, I know your age, man. Where you going like
well, we still look cute, right?
You see, at them talk, you know, make people start to look for you know, at them talk, you talk.
What? No, people I'm just thinking one way, one.
I'm done, because, as we say, I'm going to find some into that lady. Yes, I will be the one to talk if I really want at the end of that. No, that not help nothing. Nothing. If she come on the radio and talk for her problems, and me just sit down there and I say, why a terrible thing and think, no. We have to go beyond the talking on the microphone now and see, what can we do to facilitate this woman's plight? You understand? It's so we see it. And she need help, because she sit down and she come to me. And me she come to, you know. And she don't say she need me to go find somebody for her and do this or that, you know. But she just want to tell somebody her story. And she feels that me, she go tell the story. So I can't just go hear the story now and just park it. No, that would be a crime now. Would I commit a crime if I do that? So you hear me say now. Hold tight, sister. I try to get the other daughter. If not, if we don't get her today, I go call her. And the thing there on my mind so is a joke. Feed there on my mind so. May I tell you, say, every man thinks a female burden is the heaviest, you know. Every man thinks a female burden is the heaviest. But if you walk in a certain people's shoes, you know, you realize a lightweight you carry. It's so much time that I say the thing depend on our conscience, it just depend on our conscience. So. But guess what? Me right depend on our conscience, you know, she have to find a way out of certain things that go on in her life differently. She have to find a way. And that thing that I tell you, say, when me sit down and read with some of them women there, you know, see, and them tell me them story, you know. How can I come here now and I say, them fi go and this and that and move from here with your war, this and... No, me don't know that. Me don't know that. Because I have to hear the story. You know, see, I don't care what a man want to tell me, say, you better watch where I do. You know, see, watch where I do, because you have a whole heap of man breed up woman and left them for go fend for themselves. And when them see the woman on the road, them talk about, oh, look on the girl turn prostitute. That's what me left for, you know. A joke business. This is a stepping razor, the art of war.
Hey, you start playing new BIP on Unit?
As in the messaging app of BIP?
As in the BIP app where you can win $40,000 cash daily, or one iPhone 12, or a PS5 for yourself.
PS5 so nice still.
The $600,000 grand prize you can win if you team up with 3 friends, so even better.
Good play.
Just download the BIP app, follow the BIP Panel channel, and solve the clues every day for your chance to win. What's your BIP in?
Because I like winning.
Follow the BIP and HUD channel today. BIP, simply more messaging. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
I am just a little girl, but I have big dreams. And one day, all my dreams are going to come true. That's why I'm glad Mommy opened a Sajikwa Bank Star Savers account for me. It's the best gift she could ever give me. Because one day, I won't be little anymore. And my small savings are going to grow big. I even got my own debit card. Give your child a gift that will grow. Open a Sajikwa Bank Star Savers account today.
There's Smooth.
And then there's Guinness Smooth.
It's a brand new cool.
Incredibly smooth.
Perfectly balanced.
For a smooth and refreshing taste.
So how smooth? Well smooth. Guinness Smooth.
For a smooth and refreshing taste, new Guinness Smooth. Must be 18 years or older. Drink responsibly. Socialize responsibly.
Hot Pick Mega Baller run the season hot. In just 4 weeks, over 7.9 million has been won. It's time to mega up your winnings. Buy your tickets now at Supreme Ventures.
New at Courts, Ready Assist, the emergency assistance service that supports you and your family when life throws the unexpected. For as low as $279 per month, get plumbing, electrical, ambulance, optical, legal, and roadside assistance coverage for 1 year. Emergency assistance is just a phone call away with Ready Assist. Available at Court stores island-wide. Call 876-216-2110 for more info. Courts, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Ready to be your own boss? Join the Supreme Ventures Super Sellers. Earn your way by selling Jamaica's favorite games in the streets. Visit supersellers.com or your nearest Supreme Ventures regional office to apply. You could be a super seller. Supreme Ventures, more ways to play and win.
Need information on everyday financial matters? Then check out the Financial Corner. This and every Monday at 6 p.m. during Live at 5:45. We give relatable financial information, the latest financial news, as well as financial tips. That's Financial Corner. This and every Monday at 6 p.m. on the nation's #1 IRI FM.
Brought to you by the Manchester Cooperative Credit Union. Accelerate your wealth when you invest in a Manchester Cooperative Credit Union Wealth Accelerator Plan.
And by the Financial Services Commission, promoting integrity in the Jamaican financial sector.
Hot Pick Mega Ball still a run hot. So Supreme Ventures extend the Mega Ball. You can still win up to $430 with an extra $10 Mega Ball bet. So mega up today, cause you never know when it will end.
It's H&L Rapid True Value Anniversary Sale. Come celebrate with us. January 21 to 31. Get up to 30% off building supplies, paint, tiles, and more. Only at H&L Rapid True Value. Curbside pickup and delivery available. Don't miss it. Conditions apply.
Yeah. This is not a you, I say. IRI FM is roots rock reggae. Hear this? And all them other little stations, what me say? A straight reggae. You hear that?
You know, say, somebody tell me, say, if we play over back the Tanya Stevens tune, yeah. And it directly in relationship to what we just deal with a while ago. So we're going to play over about the Tanya Stevens soon. Very relevant. We want to tell the sister, say, we're going to deal with something, believe you me. But we don't know if anybody know Giant Systems from the Women Inc. If she forgets, we're not supposed to talk to her. We really need to talk to her before the program done. You understand? We need to talk to her before the program done. And if we don't talk to her now, we're going to find out. And now the good are going to sell. So you we are saying now, we are told that during the COVID time, molestation of young ladies has increased. Because these little bossy tone man, them who maybe them did a look on the little girl all the while, but them get a more opportunity now because them there them yard all them hours now. Because usually them under the yard to see the little girl because the little girl is gone all at school. So them there so now wanna look on the little girl and I say, but wait, I never know say so she fat. You understand? A stepfather that, you know. Stepfather that, you never know say so she fat. And them just use the opportunity to deal with them I deal with. But the little girl now go, sometimes most of them not talk. And most of them, if them go tell them mother say, if I'll box them one box food out of them mouth. Hey girl, you want box food out of my mouth, the man I look after we and they talk damn foolishness. And them kind of thing that go on. We need to figure it out, you know. We need to figure it out because it's not just the government that deal with both this and this and this and that, you know. You have some internal pressures we are going on in Jamaica right now. Well, not, hey, watch a man. The people them we are deal with these things, man. Where them really are deal with? Where them really are deal with, Rasta? You know? How much I ever go down a Ripon Road one night? How much I ever pass on a Ripon Road one night? How much I ever pass up a Bremer Avenue one night? We never pass on a Bremer Avenue and go in a New Kingston and see where I go on down there. You see a pure young girl down there, I sell themselves. What do I do for them? What do I do for them? You think that the girl them is born to do that or want to do that? Most of them don't want to do that. What is happening? I hear them tell you about the boy is the oldest profession. Lie them a tell. Lie them a tell. Because they want cement it in your head, so it's supposed to go. You know, see, what is happening? You have ever go down a Ruthven Road one night, down a Ruthven Road near the GPS, where GPS there, right over that area there, go right cross into what them call Alburn Road, Chelsea Avenue, go around there, so which part through past New Kingston and go over the other side. How much I will never go around at them place at night time? 1, 2, 3 o'clock. When me I do around there, no, you don't match how when me I do around there. You know, see, because I have to drive past certain place when I go play out and all them something, I see them. And sometimes it stress me. That me have to really talk to them. You know, see. How much I will never pass down the corner, there was a little road and you come out back in front of the mall there. After you come off of the highway down Ochi or so. When we used to do a Ochi, I go home from the program and we drive round which part the JNB Bank there. That little road there we come off of the main there and then come back on the main road there. So in front of the supermarket, right on the road, right at the corner. How much I will never see? How much woman stand up there, so 2 o'clock in the morning when we done cutting edge, 2 o'clock in the morning, you see them stand up there. What Mutabaruka, where you can't do for way? And all them, hey. You think them politicians never see that yet? Them politicians never see that yet, you know, because them busy so uptown in some little, down in some little, so-called high-class woman. We go on like say, them are no prostitute. Them same woman, they will sit down upon them high ass and go like say, them are no prostitute. You know, see, because them have them husband. Them have them husband. And them have one of the politicians, them will look after them. Them will not say, true. You know, see, one of them bust out the other day. Politician will look after them. And then them go to church every Sunday, and when the pastor condemn all this and condemn all that, them say, yes, it's true you talk, politician, it's true you talk. Terrible people, them. Terrible. Names for today's children, and you can have it too. African names, very vital at this time, and we have too much name we no fit way, you understand? So we're going to give you the female name first. First one is Aminata. Aminata. A-M-I-N-A-T-A. Aminata means princess. Aminata means princess. Amma. A-M-M-A. Amma. Amma means famous. Ide. E-D-E. Ede means sweetness. Ifuru. E-F-U-R-U. Ifuru means daughter of heaven. West African names them here. Daughter of heaven. Ifuru. So that's Aminata. A-M-I-N-A-T-A means princess. Amma. A-M-M-A means famous. Ede, E-D-E means sweetness. And Ifuru, E-F-U-R-U means daughter of heaven. Male names. Mumar, M-O-M-A-R means philosopher. Ronako, R-U-N-A-K-O, Runako, means handsome. Handsome. Chabwiri. Chabwiri. C-H-A-B-W-E-R-E. Chabwiri means he has arrived. Bayate. B-A-Y-E-T-E. Bayate means between God and man. Between God and man. So that's Momar, M-O-M-A-R, means philosopher. Runako, R-U-N-A-K-O, means handsome. Chabiri means C-H-A-B-W-E-R-E, means he has arrived. And Bayate, B-A-Y-E-T-E, Bayate means between God and man. This is the stepping razor, the art of war.
Take up your name and give I the I name. I and I don't want your name. Chinese name, Chin and Chung. Macintosh came from Scotland. Indian name, Raja.
So, we're going to warn about something. We're going to warn the people of Jamaica about something as it relates to the young people, them. And it come like we just focus on this thing at the whole day today, which is nothing wrong with it. All right. We say a lot of cocaine. They might find enough cocaine. They might find. When we say enough, we are talking about $2 billion worth of cocaine. We see it find in a airport, in upon the coast and all them something there. I head for somewhere else. No, where them find is where them find. Where them don't find, we don't know. And how much I stay in a Jamaica for really sell is the next thing. Now there's a new drug on the block. We are telling Jamaican people this. They may not hear about it, but only for youth could I hear about it still. Because mostly the youth them involved with it. Most of the youth them involved with it. It named Mali. Mali. The drug named Mali. Now them say the watchman see the danger and don't want the people. The blood of the people they on him shoulder. So you can't tell you say we never warn you about that drug and how it's going to affect young people in this time, yeah. Especially like what them hold up them now go to school. The drug named Mali. Very attractive name. Mali. So we are tell you, beware. Beware of Mali. If your son come home and say, him find a young thing named Mali, just don't think say it's a woman him talk about. Because I say the name sound very attractive. It is a drug that is going round and round amongst the youth them. Mali, we tell you about it. So, I have a very controversial question to ask the people them who talk about the conspiracies as it relates to the vaccine. I don't know if I will go down, but I have to ask the question because I really would have liked to know. I really would have liked to know. You know, now we hear that the vaccine is here to control the people them. People even tell us a microchip in the vaccine. Yeah, from March right here to them going to have my vaccine with microchip in it. And some people tell us the vaccine they have to kill black people. Say they are going to give the vaccine to kill black people. Because they really want to get rid of the black people them. Well, as far as I say, Africa have the most black people in there, and I don't see it affect black people like how it affect white people in America, in Europe. That is one thing, but that is not the question we want to ask. All right. The vaccine supposed to be something where they are injecting you, according to the conspiracy, is for either kill you or control the population. All right. Now, we say America vaccine them people. We say all of the white country them are vaccine them people. Even the head of the country them are get the vaccination. But I really want to turn to Israel. And this is where my question is. Most of the people them is Israel get them vaccine already. Now there's a country named Palestine where Israel don't recognize, America don't recognize them neither. Palestine. I am asking the question, if the vaccine is here with microchip to control the people them or kill off the people them, why is it that a country like Israel is refusing to give them biggest enemy? Because them claims that for them people have to get it first. This is something where we hear and see. Them say, them nah get the when people ask, because you know them say apartheid exists but not in South Africa but in the so-called Middle East. So them say now the Palestinians them it is up to the Israelis to give the Palestinians them vaccination because them annex the country, is them almost run the country. But hear what them say. Them say, look here, we have to look about our people first. And then them will deal with them will deal with the Palestinian them. This is something now where I really want to ask. How is it somebody's making a poison? A poison. Because I know all the answers where might can be given. You know, how is it that they're making a poison, but them want for them people forget it first because them enemy over there? So wouldn't be more logical if it is a poison the people them would them want to give the Palestinians? Why is it that America is claiming that them not export no more of them vaccine? Because the people them don't have enough to vaccinate the whole of them people, including the head of them governments. Them not making other people get it. So all of the country them where I hear say of this conspiracy is going around is vaccinating their people first and leave it out the poor and people them in the so-called third world countries. So somebody have to go explain that to me. Somebody have to go explain how is it that American is running down the vaccine, so, and is injecting them people with the vaccine, including them president and them vice president. How is it that them running down the vaccine like that and telling you, say, well, right now, we don't have enough figuring out about it, you know. We have to deal with our people them first. Please, I don't like an explanation to that. I don't really like an explanation to it. How is it that the Palestinians are the Israeli biggest enemies and them refusing to give the Palestinians the quote-unquote poison to kill them off, and is first giving them people the vaccine and say them don't have enough to give the Palestinians them, when the Palestinians, the Israeli, is the two biggest enemy them anywhere in the world. I really don't like figure it out. I really don't like somebody figure it out for me. And I am up to anything where you tell me. Please don't tell me say that the Palestinian, the Israeli them are water them at it. The queen is water them injecting her with her husband. The other the people them who's up there is really it's something else them give them, but them are give the people them something else. It's the whole of America them want to take it, including themselves. You understand? So I don't know. I really have to go maybe I have to go figure it out for myself, but it don't look it don't make no logical. It don't look logical to me. It don't look logical to me, especially when I see what the Israeli them say. Especially when I see what the Israeli them say them don't have enough to give no Palestinians. Them stay over there and dead from COVID. We are give our people first. And that them say the government of Israel say. And that them say. So explain that to me. This is the stepping razor, the art.
And observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Let's put some money in your top draw. This afternoon's jackpot is $400,000. Here are the winning top draw numbers. Good luck. The first top draw number is 5. The second top draw number, we're counting up to number 6. Up next, here it comes. We have number 15. The fourth top draw number is 17. And the final number for $400,000 is number 8. And now, let's pick a player with our dollars game. I hope you're feeling lucky. Get those tickets out, and here goes. Here they come. First up for dollars is number 17. The second dollars number is 8. Up next, what do we have? It's number 27. After 27 is number 23. Coming down is number 33. Here comes number 28. Now, I do hope you get to them right so far. The next dollars number is 10. Now, let's cut that in half to number 5. What's next? Let's see. It's number 36. Coming down is 32. The next dollars number, here it comes, it's 14. And the final dollars number is number 24. So now for some easy winnings with our Pick 2 game. Let's go. The first Pick 2 number, 15. And the second Pick 2 number is 19. So once again, the winning Pick 2 numbers are 15 and 19. Up next, you can play 3 ways. It's our Pick 3 game. First up, number 1. The second Pick 3 number is 0. And the third and final Pick 3 number is number 6. So once again, the winning Pick 3 numbers are 1, 0, and 6. It's now time to turn up your winnings. So get ready for Pick 4. First up, here it comes. It's number 1. The second Pick 4 number is 6. What will the third Pick 4 number be? Let's see. It's number 8. And the fourth and final Pick 4 number is 5. So once again, the winning Pick 4 numbers are 1, 6, 8, and 5. Now it's easy for win, so let's heat things up with Hot Pick. Here goes. And the winning Hot Pick number is 1. Congratulations to all Hot Pick winners. Again, the winning Hot Pick number is 1. Stay tuned. The Mega Ball draw will be done for both Hot Pick and the cash pots. Remember, for every $10 bet, you win an additional $300 for a Hot Pick and $700 for a cash pot when the Mega Ball is selected. Let's get ready to play our cash pot game for Thursday, January 21, 2021. Now you live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big cash pot winner. Let's see what the winning cash pot number will be. And here it comes. This afternoon's winning cash pot number is 1. Congratulations to all cash pot winners. Again, the winning cash pot number is 1. It's now time for some mega winnings, so good luck. Get your tickets out. Here it comes. What will it be this afternoon? Get ready. And
that was the drive time top draw dollars. Pick 2, Pick 3, Pick 4, Odd Pick, and Catch Pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 8:25 p.m. for another chance to win in top draw dollars. Pick 2, Pick 3, Pick 4, Odd Pick, and Cash Pot draws.
This time signal is brought to you by Honey Bun Shorty Bread.
I love my Shorty Bread.
The time by Shorty Bread is
5 minutes after 5.
Yeah. This is not you, I say. Iowa FM.
Me I look at them politicians from the other day, especially the JLP politician them. Why them look prosperous, you know, Rasta? Yeah, man, them look broke down again, you know. I will look at them. Remember the other day, I will look at them, they look broke down. I don't know if you have noticed it, but no, I see some of the politicians, them, I say, wow, things are going for him. Things are going for him. The problem with it is that them need to figure out what happened to the one where them send up the politician, where them send up at the remand center up at Jamaica House. So when I hear nothing more about them again, It's like them want to get out of the minds of the people, them. Yeah, man. Maritime Union and all these places. And the jump, you better jump, bro. Petro job. The Petro job thing we are going over there, so we don't hear nothing more about them, something again, you know. We need to figure it out because I do understand the man, them just look prosperous. Like things are going, man. Them are some extra money. I remember, you remember Bush Stewart. But sure, they got some money for the COVID relief thing to them, you know. Yeah, man, them get couple million well. And then the election, some money they leave over from the election, you know, where them get from the private sector, them who are defend them and all them, something there. Enough money did I roll since August come down. Enough money. So, I mean, me not grudge them to look good still, you know. But me just say, politicians going on politics. I mean, people go into politics and they look broke down. And when them India, when they left, them have this and that and that and that and that. And I say, but wait, how much money them I get so to be a politician in the house? How much money them I get so for do when we see them in the 4 years, the short space of time, when we see them again, we were back here Wednesday from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's a 360-degree cycle, you understand? So, we give thanks to Shamara Preston, we give thanks to Shane Clark, may I tell you, man, Shane Clark. We give thanks to Nigel, yes. And we give thanks to you who continue to listen to it, you understand? We're glad for that, you know. Yes, we give thanks for that, so.
Every day you're wondering, what will he do? Every day you're wondering, when you'll be free, you try to reach the top. Then you will see, you try to reach the top. Then you will see, every day you're wondering, what will you do? Every day you're wondering, what will you do? What will you do? People will always try to talk bad things about you as you walk and walk along each day, wondering, every day you're wondering, what will you do? Every day you're wondering, when you be free, you try to reach the top. Then you will see, you try to reach the top. Then you will see, every day you're wondering, what will you do? Every day you're wondering, what will you do? Wondering, yeah.
So don't you ever challenge I, 'cause you can't conquer I, 'cause I'm the man who the arena. I'm the man who deal with the dead. I'm the man just deal with inside. I'm the man who be in the arena. So don't you ever try to challenge I, 'cause I'm a ruler in a arena, in a arena, in a arena. I am the king in a arena.
I will lead.
I'm the arena. Back where we be set in a arena. 'Cause I'm a deal.
Thought-provoking, always smoking, lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Mutabaruka. Thought-provoking, thought-provoking.
Who are the leader?
IRFM.
I am prince of the arena. So don't you ever challenge I, 'cause you can't conquer I. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I am the king in the arena.
IRFM. You're about to hear midnight 24.
So don't you ever challenge I, 'cause you can't conquer I. 'Cause I'm man who the arena. I'm man who the arena. I am king in the arena. Back where we be dead in the arena. Hold on. Don't let me go. Hold on. If you do need me, hold on.
Yeah, yeah. This is not you, my son.
You might lose me somehow. So you must take me right now. Or I'll be gone. The first time I saw you go, you say you need me, but then your own friends told you to leave me, and now you running back, begging for mercy, but I will hear you cry, 'cause I still love you. Hold on, don't let go. Hold on.
Hurry up, shut.
If you do love me, hold on. So you will lose me no time. So you be mine. So you be mine.
Morning! IRFM have it locked. Them have the number one slap.
All the great benefits of JEDEP and NHF are now available on NHF card. Apply for your NHF card today. For more information, call 876-906-1106. A message from the National Health Fund. The time by the National Health Fund is
5:45.
Live at 5:45. Live at 5:45. Comprehensive coverage of the news, sports, and entertainment of the day on IRI FM, the leader in radio in Jamaica. Up to the minute, accurate and non-aligned news package, plus weather, special features, and entertainment. Live at 5:45.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, January 21. I'm Janique Weston. From IRI FM's News Center, here are the headlines. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark confident that Jamaica will rebound from economic fallout caused by the coronavirus pandemic. Department of Corrections operating with almost 300 fewer officers than it needs due to the coronavirus pandemic. And opposition calls for review of structure of community development committees. Now the details. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark has expressed confidence that Jamaica will rebound from the economic fallout caused by the coronavirus pandemic to record growth of between 3 to 8% in the next fiscal year. The minister was responding to the question of whether the growth target was realistic during a presentation at the Mayberry Investments Limited's Virtual Investor Forum yesterday. He noted that the projections were coming from reputable agencies such as the Bank of Jamaica, while noting that there were indicators of growth seen this fiscal year despite the pandemic.
Those projections are not only coming from the BOJ, they're coming from the BOJ, from the Planning Institute of Jamaica, from the IDB, the CDB, and the IMF. They are very realistic. And the biggest indicator of that is something I mentioned in the presentation, where we saw construction in the middle of the pandemic grow by 7% to the quarter ended September. And that's a quarter where the government's contribution to construction was quite muted because we would have cut our capital budget.
Dr. Clark said as long as the COVID vaccine can be rolled out as planned, he is confident about the rebounding of the economy.
The nature of this economic decline is not a result of any structural deficiencies in Jamaica or elsewhere that we have imported. It is a result of the fact that we are unable to go about our business, right, without social distancing. And so the fact that we are all stationary, stationary and can't move around, and that has suppressed economic activity. As long as we can, as the Minister of Health announced, roll out our vaccine program beginning April of 2021, and our markets to the north continue with their vaccine rollout, I'm confident that the projections of all of those entities will be met. I mean, will absolutely be met. I'm confident about that.
Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark. And the Finance Minister has sought to assure the public that there is no cut in the expenditure for education in the third supplementary estimates of the budget. Rather, Dr. Clark says $1.8 billion has been transferred from the Ministry of Education to the Ministry of Technology to procure laptops for PATH students. The Finance Minister explains that the Education Ministry engaged the Ministry of Technology to purchase the laptops under a practical arrangement, as the Technology Ministry has the experience and the relationships with suppliers to undertake the activity at a scale and on relatively short notice. He reiterates that to implement this plan, the Education Ministry is transferring approximately $1.8 billion to the Technology Ministry, noting that this does not by any means represent a cut to the spend on education. Referencing concern expressed by the president of the Jamaica Teachers Association this morning over the alleged cut, the finance minister noted that he took the opportunity to call Mr. Gabriel personally to convey the facts and to reassure him that there was no cut to the education sector's budget. With the coronavirus pandemic having slowed the pace of training for correctional officers, the Department of Corrections is operating with close to 300 fewer officers than it currently needs. That's according to Commissioner of Corrections, Lieutenant Colonel Gary Rowe. Speaking at today's sitting of Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, PAAC, Colonel Rowe noted that due to the pandemic, the department was only able to train one batch of correctional officers last year.
Even with the graduation of an intake of 111, which actually occurred late last year, as of January, I'm understaffed 283 entry-level correctional officers. We appreciate that we have to push batches of at least 120 times 2 for the training year. Because of the pandemic, that certainly was thrown off. We actually had to use the pandemic year just to complete one. We had to break them in 2. We had to recognize social distancing within our small training campus in Runaway Bay. So we are still understaffed in terms of our established CO1 figure, and we see ourselves poised, ready, certainly moving forward this year to get other batches through.
He noted that the recruitment of trainees has already gotten underway for this year, with measures being put in place at the institution in light of the pandemic.
So the recruiting process has begun, and we are better prepared, I believe, than when we were first hit last year. We are looking at a smaller cohort now as opposed to in the hundreds. We're looking at 60 to 75, and we're moving to do multiple batches for the year. Each training batch is 14 weeks. In the interim, we continue to work with the numbers that we have, and that is always the challenge. Fatigue, more so with the pandemic, the shift system, but it's also about communication. We have the staff on board who appreciate that it's going to take a journey to get the other vacancies filled, and no doubt they are anticipating for that additional influx. But in the meantime, we continue to hold our forts with the numbers that we do have.
Commissioner of Corrections, Lieutenant Colonel Gary Rowe. The Department of Correctional Services, DCS, has received technological support valued at $1,923,000 Jamaican dollars for the island's 4 juvenile correctional centers. The donation from the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, includes computers, tablets, headsets, webcams, and Wi-Fi devices to be used in interventions across the juvenile institutions. The equipment will be distributed to these centers with monitoring, technical support, and initiative implementation residing within the Ministry's Youth Empowerment Program, We Transform. The department has 4 juvenile centers under its purview with a population of under 200 wards who are required to engage in academics, life, and employability skills programs. The donation comes in response to an application from the Ministry of National Security to partner with the multinational agency to mitigate against the negative psychological and psychosocial impact of COVID-19 on the children within the centers. Last March, the DCS suspended non-essential visits to all correctional and remand centers under its COVID-19 infection prevention and control program. In addressing the official handing over ceremony yesterday, Minister without portfolio in the National Security Ministry, Matthew Samuda, stated that the donation is being received at the right time, as it will help the DCS build its capacity for virtual engagement.
It is our endeavor to ensure that none of our approximately 500 children in our care are left behind, but are given every opportunity to succeed, and that your contribution will in fact go a far way to helping them secure success and true rehabilitation. Partnerships of this nature are always welcomed because when donor partners work together, this is the result. For example, recently we would have opened a multi-purpose area at the South Camp Juvenile Remand and Correctional Center in a partnership with OAS, but this donation truly brings that project to life, as now they will have the equipment that they need to use this facility better. So it shows when projects are well thought out and discussions happen across stakeholder groups, we can truly ensure that those who projects are intended to benefit actually benefit.
Mr. Samuda noted that the donation will play a critical role in preparing the wards for reintegration into society.
This partnership is truly all about the technological platforms and resources within our juvenile centers to provide for regular virtual communication between the wards and their families, the virtual implementation of psychological and psychiatric interventions, the virtual implementation of mentorship sessions, virtual court attendance for the children with matters before the court, academic and life employability training using virtual platforms. The truth is, though COVID has certainly disrupted the usual human interaction and, the very nature of detention facilities is that they do that all on their own. This has augmented and made that problem that much worse. But this, however, also opens up opportunities that were not there for the children before COVID. The connectivity that this will provide will certainly go a long way in ensuring that they are able to rejoin society as productive members of that society. It's investments and projects of this nature that will truly bring down our recidivism rate, which, quite frankly, is not where we need it to be.
Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of National Security, Senator Matthew Samuda. Opposition PAAC member Fitz Jackson has called for a review of the structure of the Community Development Committees, CDCs, which form part of the island's municipal corporations. This, as he says, the organizations are no longer serving their purpose. Speaking at yesterday's meeting of Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, Mr. Jackson said the CDCs were created to facilitate the involvement of community members in the municipal corporations. However, he stated that the committees are no longer relevant.
The truth of the matter, it's not working. It has broken down. Telling the truth, even in my own constituency, it's remnants of it that exist and function. And even those that function, if I'm be honest with you, I question the real representative nature of it. It doesn't bring the community together. It doesn't represent or speak for the community at all. It's like a skeleton of its original being.
Mr. Jackson said the level of community participation in civil associations has fallen in recent times due to a lack of interest. He called on the local government ministry to put in place alternative structural arrangements that will allow for the involvement and participation of community members.
So what I think the Ministry of Local Government ought to have done and be more focused in doing is to do a review of that structure. You can document the effectiveness or non-effectiveness of it and develop some alternate approach to achieve the goal. Because the goal is noble, Empowering communities is always noble and worthwhile. But what we have in place has not worked for a while now.
Opposition PAAC member Fitz Jackson. Jamaica yesterday recorded 63 new COVID-19 cases, pushing the tally to 14,550. Of the new cases, 24 are males and 39 females, with ages ranging from 1 to 100 years. St. Catherine recorded the highest number of cases with 14, followed by St. James with 13. Manchester had 10, Kingston and St. Andrew had 9, St. Elizabeth 6, Clarendon 4, Trelawney had 3 cases, St. Mary had 2, while Westmoreland and St. Thomas had 1 each. The Health Ministry said there was 1 coincidental death. Meanwhile, 32 people have recovered, pushing that tally to 11,809. 2,239 cases are active. 113 people are hospitalized. Among them are 6 who are moderately ill and 11 who are critically ill. Representatives from the National Water Commission, NWC, will be visiting Portmore St. Catherine next week to conduct assessments on water supply to socially challenged areas. The issue was raised during